the opposite direction. This song's by Travis. David Vance.
Thank you. Sounds good. And I'm going to do a couple of original songs here.
All right, take it away.
Kind of relatively new songs. May have to tune in between the other songs. The song's called Do You Remember? This is an open E tuning, kind of like a ballad. I don't know just how it started. It seems so long ago. Do you remember when we both let go? And now it seems like it's over. I can't believe that it's true. Do you remember all that we went through? And it goes round and round, up and down, all around, till I'm all over you. Do you remember the times when we had that look in our eyes? Do you remember all the love inside? You know, we go round and round, up and down, all around, it's all around, till I'm all over you. I kept on thinking you were here to stay. I never thought that you'd be on your way. And now I don't know if I'll ever say goodbye. And it goes round and round, up and down, all around, it's all around, till I'm all over you. Now that the day's over and I'm all on my own, I will remember you. Remember you. Always, always you. Thank you. Thank you. Kind of there. We'll go right into it. Can I get a little guitar, maybe? Started out in the late, late night. I remember you holding me tight. Right then and there, it was all I could do in that room. I knew I had to talk to you. We started off in a friendly way, and then I called you the very next day. You know that, and you know nobody loved you like I do. And you know you're the only girl for me. So when you tell me you don't remember, I know that you do. And when you tell me you think it's over, it's not over, it's not over. It's not over. Then it went on all through the night. Only could see into your eyes. And then I know from the very start, if I ever stop. So, and you know nobody loves you like I do. And you know you're the only girl for me. Only girl, only girl, only girl, only girl for me. Only girl for me.
Harald, Skyy, I have been here a few times. It's great to be back. Missed the last few months. This is an original song called Follow Your Heart. Love's fortunes come where love's fortunes go. The verse is written on an April wind. Come close and long your red rose heart. I can see her on her skin. I walked across my autumn garden, falling scarlet marks the year. Well, I think I know your love by now, but I still don't know your tears. Through our furrows we'll find the water, the finland drinking for the sun. And the fruit that weighs the branches bending will feed us both when day is done. I write to you with open letters, telling you played your part. You offer me your guiding hand. Come, follow your heart. Oh, follow your heart. Hurry up and release these bonds, make it clear that I'm belonging in order of the will and God's obedience. As the unchanged heart, I know your song. Your eyes so pretty, laughing, dancing with a closer look. I have seen the pain. Chance is not a word we know now. Love was born in the Italian rain. Where our throats will find the water, Finland's reaching for the sun. And the fruit that weighs the branches bending will feed us all when day is done. I write to you with open letters, telling you played your part. You offer me your guiding hand. Come, follow your heart. Oh, follow your heart. every word we're to utter is locked inside his heart. Oh, anger's rise, it won't stay down, too deep to bury with the axe. And history replays our story with memories that won't relax. My shawl's been loose around my shoulder, every blanket filled with holy light. A vision now clear before me guides me through the rooms at night. The farmhouse door is always open, no words, no need to stand apart. Come to our home, into my arms. Come, follow your heart. Oh, follow your heart. Ah, come, follow your heart. Oh, follow your heart. Thank you. Keep it simple and keep the capo in the same spot for the next song. This is another original song called Time Marches On. I wrote this at the end of the summer up in Vermont, or started writing it, and I've been singing it all year, and finally it's appropriate time of year to sing it at the end of the summer. Front porch calling, misty morning, gray sky hanging heavy with summer rain. Meadows glisten, and I am listening to a song I'll play once again. Birds are singing, I don't see them. Tall grass waving in the wind. Autumn's coming, and I am listening to a song I'm playing once again. Looking out across the water, small boats are lying still. Woods planted waits for winter. I'm rocking to the song from the distant hills. So raise your glass as time marches on. I'm staring, captured by the spell. Your hand lays in mine for a while, held by the heart on the hill. The road is long, church bells ring as we sit talking around the fire. All my thoughts so close to yours, angels sitting in the choir. So free your soul, close your eyes. Our wings race across the clouds. Shadows moving, peaceful on the pond. Hummingbirds hovering in the clouds. Looking out across the water, standing still. Words cloud and waves for winter. I'm rocking to the song from the distant hills. So rest relax as time marches on. I'm staring, captured by the spell. Your hand lays in mine for a while, held by the heart on the hill. Front porch calling, sun is setting, summer's green is swaying still. Autumn's coming, and I am listening to a song from the heart on the hill. Autumn's coming, and I am listening to a song from the heart on the hill. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I'll let you go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us. Cindy and I, back in October, wrote some ekphrastic poetry for an art show.
The Aloft Gallery.
The Aloft Gallery, no strangers among us. We wrote some ekphrasis poetry, which if you don't know, ekphrasis is the process of creating one form of art from another form of art. So these poems, appropriately named Horsehead Down, Horsehead Stretched, Horsehead Up, are based on 3 statues that were featured in that gallery.
They were sculptures of horses. Okay. Downward, surrendered, a silent retreat, gone, power and pride, now toiled and torn, having weathered the waiting of so many a storm, a silent soliloquy, casted in submission, stanced in endurance, prolonged passages of journeys, carried in continuum's call, a balance to placate the weight of nature's pendulum, positioned, anchored, single leg firmly standing, balanced, to feel the pole pressing onward.
You would be lying to me if you said you have never been the horse head down. I have seen you cry in the mirror, cursing the scar across your left hip. I know the pain inside your loins. I've seen you limp and lumber your way around the house at night. I have seen you swallow back tears and turn your head to the side when he confessed his lies to you. You would be lying to me if you said you do not know what I am talking about.
Gone, submission stance, gone, the preening of pride's sheen, now emerged, a transformed realign of strengthened mass. Path pursuits, purposed in power to procure divinity's dignity, postured, solid, committed to cause, harnessed in wholeness, in acceptance of completeness.
You would be lying to me if you said you have never been the horse head stretch. I have seen the sacrifices you have made for the betterment of the family around you. You have left your left leg at the grocery store while your right arm buckles the child's car seat. You have left your middle fingers at the intersection of, hey, he cut me off and I should have walks away from you like a child wanders at a circus. She's off dreaming that someday it will be charged and glowing. I know you would be lying if you said to me, you have never stretched your horse of a head too far.
Horse head up. Stance. Upright. Powered. Packed. Stands. The helper, the worker, the friend. Symbolized. A symmetry of sculpted strength, posturing, presence. Yet, duality ebbs its flow. Infused, tampered, triggered, charged by the complications of confusion. In uncertainty, doubt descends, bent, lowered, looming, seen in a forlorn to mourn, to feel and to face. Yet, the grace of balance, strength, might, mature, an innate posture, harmonized within nature.
You would be lying to me if you said you have never been the horse head up. I have watched you from afar, grazing in the fields of gaiety. I must say, for an old horse like yourself, you have stood the test of time. Your shoulders remain square despite gravity doing its best to pull you down. I have seen life spring from your ribs like the opening riff of heaven's gate, my dear. I have seen you pull the weeds and grass by the root to devour them in self-righteousness. I have seen you outrun the bear and its cub to save your own hide, my dear. I have gazed upon the mare of the valley, galloping into the burning sun just to feel something. My God, you would be lying to me if you dared to say you have never been the horse head up.
Thank you.
I'll take it over. Let you take it over. Charlie, Cody, please.
Thank you. I want to thank you for that song, Union Made, that you played to open. I happen to know Woody's daughter and his granddaughter, they're friends of mine, and are in my archive. And this song I'm going to play is called The Ballad of Harald County. It's got some history to it. It's a true story. In 1976, a documentary filmmaker named Barbara Koppel did a documentary called Harald County, USA, and she won the Academy Award for it, for Best Documentary Film that year. And it was about a strike in a coal mine in Kentucky, Harald County, Kentucky. And it went on for close to 2 years. But it just goes to, I'm kind of a union guy. I helped form a union when I was younger. And this right here is my granddaddy's 50-year AFL-CIO pin. True story, and some of the lines at the end of the poem are actual things that people said to the judge in the courtroom. One in particular about the union and about laws in particular. It's called The Ballad of Harald County. Lawrence Jones was killed with a shot to the head while fighting for his right to mine. With a wife of 16 and a child left behind, revenge it was swift, justice was blind. When the company kills, no one asks who, because they all know why. That's just the way it is, the way they do business, and you can be next in line. brought tears and erased all fears for his friends to fight for their lives. Well, the strife in the mines went on a year's time, and the scabs are all crossing the line. They were the ones who had all the guns, and the law just thought that was fine. Our lives have been lost and blood has been shed to get a union contract signed. And the folks sleep at night but still have to go back down into management line. Bill Bruder was escorted from town by the cops, and no one was there to blame. He never faced injustice, he never did time, he was just given a new name. Where is he now? Well, nobody knows. Your guess is as good as mine. But the dead and the living will not be forgiven when God's justice comes down the line. You can raise up your gun and shoot me down, bury me 6 feet in the ground, but this union is mine and it always will be. And you can't shoot the union out of me. Now the government said the conditions were worse than anywhere else on the earth. It makes me wonder how the greatest country of all will the woman give birth. They say the laws were made for people like you, not for working people like me. But the law found its end for all of their kin down in Harald County. You can raise up your gun and shoot me down, bury me 6 feet in the ground. The union is mine and it always will be. And you can't shoot the union out of me. No, you can't shoot the union out of me. Oh my goodness. I got half the words on one side of the page, half of them on the other. So, let's see what they okay. This song I wrote many years ago, but it always seems to pop back up. And one thing that I realized about myself in this song in particularly, it's called Mad Dog on the Horizon, and I wrote it about somebody that I thought was a scary person. I mean, a dangerous person. And the more that I played it, and the more that I sang it, the more that I thought about it, it just took on so many different meanings. And one day it just jumped out at me, and it was like, this could be about you. And it scared the hell out of me. And, but things tend to, words are that way, they're fluid, and they can take on different meanings, and they open up new pathways in your head, towards understanding what you wrote. Because when you really write it, you really don't understand what it's about, It's like a seed in the ground, and you don't really see the full effect of it until the tree grows, But anyway, it's called, what is it called? Mad Dog on the Horizon. Your face is changing across this land. Your eyes are growing weary as the rat biting at your hand. There's a snake slithering and sliding across your wooden floor. Your children fire robbing for those who just survive, who need everything they can get just to try to stay alive. But don't bother to ask that man, 'cause his pastime is despised. He's gaining ground, his rabbit road is on the edge of the horizon. Now does it take the killing of innocent lives by anyone who can get in a truck and drive? For you to feel the warning of what's in store. Well, I wonder as I look at my kitchen floor, I can't help but think that the lessons of history are to some nothing more than a haunting mystery. I hope it's not too late that you just start realizing these are coming through the door, and there'll be no compromise with this mad dog on the horizon. There's a mad dog on the horizon. There's a mad dog on the horizon. I'd like to close with a poem. That time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This, it's called Time, Real Time. Time, the word which defines our very existence, our length of stay here in life's hotel. You've heard it used in so many different ways, producing handy and familiar catchphrases we all know. Is it time yet? Where did the time go? Time and time again. Time is money. Time is a virtue. One more time. Time out. Got the time? You're just in time. You're out of time. Double time. 4 time. Anytime. But time is just a conception created by man for his own convenience, a mirage of infinite reality. The conception of time, a point of reference in elliptical thoughts where man's existence is marked by the sweeping of the second hand. Time controls every aspect of our lives, our very existence. Time is a triumph of man, the only animal on our earth that lives and exists in that realm, conveniently putting his intelligence a notch above the rest of the animal kingdom. A conception of our own creation, whether real or imaginary, adding structure and order to our daily routine, keeping our lives in sync with the rest of the world, letting us know when to eat, when it's time to get up, when it's time to go to bed, harnessing our very existence, lassoing infinity into measured units that define our lives, telling you where you are in the whole realm of things. Time, the last real currency, the only one that counts. Yes, the creation of the concept of time is probably one of man's greatest achievements, bringing order to our lives, making sense of our days and nights, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, until the split second after they tell you how much of it you have left. Then you're keeping the beat in real time, I think they call it, knowing that your life's concerto has reached its crescendo and is heading into the coda of the solo performance that you have so hard and earnestly worked on, wondering to yourself if your life's masterpiece will get a standing ovation or just a polite smattering of applause, as the seats of the grand hall empty and life's stage becomes a dark tomb, with only a few brochures left on the seats where your final performance was held. The cleaning lady sweeping and cleaning up for another performance to be given the following night. Real time. How much they say you have left to define who and what you want to be remembered as when your clock stops and your alarm rings no more. When your soul flies through the cosmos free of the hands that once defined your every living moment, into the apex of infinity, by those whose lives are still defined by the continual flow of the sand that is grain by grain, falling to the bottom of the hourglass of mortality. As they gleefully head off to life's casino, playing the hand that they were dealt against the house's hand of fate, hoping that it doesn't have the ace of spades tucked up its sleeve or is ready to call in your marker as it heads to the cashier to cash in the night's take. Then, buttoning its tuxedo, strolls off towards a grand ballroom to catch the final performance of another masterpiece, another lifelong dream, taking its final bow, desperately hoping for an encore, while helplessly grasping at the last of its dwindling currency, which is rapidly slipping through its fingers, as life's curtain falls slowly through the illusion of time onto the all-too-familiar, well-worn floor. Thank you.
Stephen Bennett, everybody.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm just going to play a couple of quick tunes. They're both my tunes, and the first one is a tune I wrote for my cat. Her name is Greta. That's the name she came with. And one day, it just hit me. Her last name was Fletcher. Her name is Greta Fletcher. She didn't know it, but that's what it was, and I just knew it, and she's been Greta Fletcher ever since. And so I would see her, she'd walk into the room and I'd say, Greta Fletcher, is that you? I haven't seen you since high school. That sort of thing. So this is Greta Fletcher. Is that you? months ago of a prion condition, prion syndrome, with I think mad cow, which is out of the blue, and you know, I got the diagnosis, and I heard about it, and she wasn't around for but a few days after I heard about it. Anyway, his name was Goodlow Sutler, and so I just, you know, as I often do when I, you know, lose somebody, I sit down with my guitar and I think about them, and sometimes it just, you know, music just materializes, and that was the case here. Although it was funny because I mean, I had learned, you know, that he was quite ill, and then he was gone very shortly after that, and so you know, I finished the piece, and I realized this really doesn't seem very reflective. It's kind of an up tune. This is probably a little wrong here, but then I remembered that he was. I had met him. He'd come to a guitar camp that I was teaching at years ago, and we just got to be friends. And I didn't really know this part of him, but he loved fast cars. And so he bought one. He bought himself a race car, and ultimately wound up teaching people how to drive race cars. And I realized maybe that was what I was tapping into. I knew the song was about Goodlow because it emerged while I was sitting on my couch thinking about it. And so I wrote to his widow, Diane, and I said, you know, Diane, I don't know, this is not very reflective sort of tune, but if you'd like me to play it at the memorial service, whenever that takes place, I'd be happy to do it. But just bear in mind, it's kind of an up-tempo tune. And I said, I think it's tied to I think it comes from the racing bit. And I said, did he name his car by any chance? Did he have a name for it? I thought maybe that would give me a title, because I didn't have a title either. And I still hadn't quite finished it. But she said, well, when I met him, he had a black Corvette that he would drive way too fast. And he didn't have a name for his race car when he got it, but all of a sudden I knew Goodlow's Black Corvette was the name of this tune. And it's subtitled Pretty Fast for Unitarian. So, I hope you like it. I have not played it for anybody yet. At least in front of the
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you so much.